For Tata Motors, the eligibility criteria was, the CPI criteria was 6, and the eligible branches were MTech from all electrical MTech, and then from mechanical, and mostly even from civil department MTech. The selection procedure was, first there was an online test and then there was a GD and interview. The online test was having questions from electrical engineering, basic electrical engineering, like there were some questions really basic, like what are you actually charged for when you are getting the power supply? Is it like energy, power, or current? The answer is actually energy. And the questions like what kind of windings are used in a transformer, they were even basic electronics questions, and there were some aptitude questions. This was in online test pattern. I don't exactly remember even more sections, but yeah, these were the part. And out of this, only 5 people were selected to the GD from electrical engineering, out of which there were like 2 people from power and control, 2 from VLSI, and 1 from signal processing. Group discussion, the topic was which is more important? Is salary more important or job satisfaction more important? The number of people for the group discussion were almost 10 to 12 people, out of which 5 from electrical engineering were there and remaining from mechanical. The interview round, there was only one interview round, and it had both technical and some HR questions. It was a panel interview, and yeah, they were mainly focusing on my BTech project because my BTech is from electrical engineering, and the job profile for electrical engineers was also mainly based on electrical these things. Though they were selecting electronics for many years, it is basically electrical engineering job. And they were asking about my BTech project mostly. My BTech project was about StatCom, so they were asking all about StatCom. Where do you use it? Why do you use it? How do you use it? And stuff like that. They asked. I published a paper in my BTech, so they were asking me about what did I do to publish my paper and what new. And this thing was mostly we made a new way of switching, control switching. And so they shifted the topic from my BTech project after many questions to designing some circuits using switches. Like first he said design some basic lamp circuits where you like using something like a staircase example. You have 2 lamps at either end and you use your switches. How do you place your switches so that you can control both lamps from either position, either up or down, and questions like those. Then he asked me in which domain did I do my project. It was MATLAB, so he asked me if I can program in MATLAB, and he asked me to actually write a code in MATLAB. And it was for to detect if an induction motor fails, if it is overloaded, how will you know it? When should the fuse blow? No, you should be assuming the fuse as a switch, and you need to solve the things. He was asking what if there were more than 1 motors in parallel? When will you blow which fuse? How will you know the things like parameters you take? There would be more current, the speed comes down, and all those parameters, and you need to program. It was pretty much simple, but they were mostly testing about my logical skills and how I would be designing the stuff. And after that there was a HR part, and in the HR part they asked me some basic questions like what kind of person you are. They wanted to know if I am like a introvert or if I mingle with people easily, if I am a team player, something like that. And then they asked me what is the job profile do I expect over there, what kind of work environment do I expect over there, and I gave them pretty much decent answer. And then they asked me about if I have any further questions. That's it. Even in HR round I was getting some help from the technical guys. So. Tips for Tata Motors is like revise even your electrical engineering a bit, all the basics of electrical engineering, like really basic of electrical engineering and electronics engineering. Don't be scared, and if the interviewer asks you a question and if you did not understand the question completely, be specific, ask him to explain it better. Say him if he asks a question and you interpreted it in some different manner. Say him like I interpreted it in this way. Is it what you want? You ask him clearly, because this helped me a lot. And after, because I asked these things, the technical guy was very much impressed. Generally, the technical round for Tata Motors wouldn't be lasting so long, but for me it was something around 40 minutes, which gave me advantage even to answer my HR questions properly. So be clear. Don't be in a hurry. Don't try writing down everything. Now, apart from Tata Motors in general, the Tata Motors, I was put in waiting list initially, so I attended even the other companies. In other company interview which I attended, I was almost like last third guy to get into the interview hall. And before me, all the people, most of the people, their interview was done in 5 or 10 minutes. So I knew I had to stick there for more time if I want to get it. And one thing is, make your resume more attractive. Put something which they can question on, which they think they can nail you. Like in my resume, I named my project as SNDC devices. There is a term called as SNDC. And not many people are familiar with SNDC, so they start by asking you what SNDC is. Now from there, based on your this thing, you can keep explaining, you can take more time. So if you want to get a job, even in the cases where you would be one of the last persons entering the interview room, make your resume attractive, give them something to question for. That would be helping you.